How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. Bitcoin is under $60,000 at the time of this recording, and we have some big pieces of news coming out just now. I want to cover it. I'm going to keep it short for you if you don't mind. If you like that, hit subscribe, turn on the bell notification underneath the video. There's also going to be a link to Margex underneath the video. This is a place where you can go trade cryptocurrencies using leverage, which means you can get access to more capital and hopefully amplify your returns. Also, if you are bearish on the market, you can also short the market on here, right? It's the easiest direct way of making money from the market going down. Now, I don't like to short the market because typically we move up. But if you do want to short the market, you can try it out over on Margex. Now, as you can see here, the Bitcoin price is under $60,000. It's right at this previous support level. We're hanging on by a thread. So be ready. Have your tap dancing shoes on. We may see some longs get liquidated or some shorts get liquidated here pretty soon. Now, I actually did increase a couple trades here today. I actually went long. Now, it's low leverage long, to be clear. So I'm fine if we make a wick down, but we have seen support here several times. Of course, we can always fall down below. This is a small portion of my portfolio, but there's a decent chance we hold up here. And even if we fall, I'm still okay with it because they're low leverage. Now, a couple big things that are happening right now. CZ just sentenced to 4 months in prison. So the judge rejected the 36-month request by DOJ, saying there needs to be an effort by this court to impose a sentence that's appropriate and reasonable. The judge says he won't follow 5-month probation recommendations, lands at 4 months in prison. Four. Unbelievable. What are the chances? I guess 1 in 10. It has to do with 4, right? It's really interesting since 4 was the sign of ignore the FUD. So 4 months in prison, that is poetic in a way. But CZ actually is the richest person to land in prison, I believe, around $40 billion net worth. So, and it's hard to tell exactly, right? It's hard to tell what his net worth is and how do you value different businesses, but it's approximated around 40 million. So kind of crazy news there. Also, within a couple moments of CZ getting his sentence, Celsius Network burned their entire supply. I'm not exactly sure what's going on here. I don't really follow them at all, but apparently they burned 95% of the supply. And now, according to Marty Party, their entire market cap is like $5 million. Just kind of crazy. I don't really know what's going on there. I've not heard anyone else talk about, but Marty Party is someone that a lot of people follow for news over on Twitter. And yeah, I mean, you can go check the receipts. It's kind of weird what's going on there. And just a friendly reminder to pay your taxes or to make sure that your taxes are done right. Bitcoin Jesus, Roger Ver, charged with $50 million tax evasion. Roger was arrested this weekend in Spain with possible extradition to the U.S. The DOJ alleges that Ver evaded paying taxes to the amount of nearly $50 million, conducted mail fraud, and filed false tax returns. Yeah, just a reminder to make sure that your taxes are done. And actually, I teamed up with a company. I actually own part of the company now. I'll leave a link to it underneath the video, but we go through and hand review all your crypto taxes and actually save you money because a lot of people don't realize it. A lot of people pay a lot in fees. So you can actually use those to offset what you actually make in crypto, and you want to make sure this is actually done right. I'm sure that you probably just did your taxes if you're living in the US, which about half my audience is. You might want to have someone do it for you. It's kind of a pain in the butt if you actually follow them. I know a lot of people that just say that they're going to and then they never do. So I would make sure that you have this done. I'll leave a link to it underneath the video, like I said. Now, Amazon just reported earnings. Let's reload this page. But yeah, Amazon's up 3%. I don't know if you're an investor, but they did beat expectations. It seems like a lot of the big tech companies, Google, Facebook, Amazon, they're actually doing quite well. The consumer looks pretty strong according to a lot of these earnings. Their EPS was around 98 cents. Estimated was 84. Their revenue was 143.3, beating the estimate. of 142.6. Their sales their expected sales are going to be lower for the quarter moving forward compared to what Wall Street expected. So don't be surprised if you see some softness. I think they're actually up 5% now. They're up 3%. Wall Street typically doesn't like to see this underachievement, or I don't know. They don't like to see lower than estimated numbers moving forward, and usually the company beats them anyways, but they don't like to be lowballed, and they don't like expectations to be lower than what they already set. You can see that with Facebook when it actually had a really good quarter, and yet they had kind of weak guidance, and they fell 10%. Compare that to something like Tesla that actually had pretty poor earnings, but had stronger guidance, gave Wall Street what they wanted to hear, and then they moved up another 10-20%. So good numbers from Amazon. But as we can see, like Bitcoin is just testing us here, testing our resolve. I've seen some people talking about actually buying spot Bitcoin. Alex Becker just said that he was buying more Bitcoin at these levels. And I think days like this, we do, like a lot of people do wonder, is Bitcoin going lower? Are we going back to, I don't know, 56,000, 57,000 right in here? Are we going to break that and go to 52, 53? And usually when you feel like that, that's a time where you should be trying to fight those emotions and do the opposite of whatever your heart's telling you to do. If it's telling you to sell, usually that's a good time to be buying. And when it tells you to buy, that's usually a good time to be selling. So, and of course, there are some caveats to that if you're just dollar cost averaging or something. But when you feel emotions, usually you have to fight that. So today, day like this, like I said, I increased some long positions. But besides that, I'm kind of just sitting on my hands, right? I'm not making any major moves. I got a lot of flack earlier this week, or maybe it was last week, when I said that I wasn't really buying any more Bitcoin from now on, like my regular DCAs, that I was just going to sit on my hands, because a lot of people said, oh, you're bearish on Bitcoin. That's not the case. I still hold Bitcoin. I still have long positions. I'm still trading a bit, but I made a plan. I made a plan to stop buying at the halving, and I'm sticking to that plan, right? If we fall down significantly more, then I will dollar cost average, or I will buy some, most likely, right? The whole point of having a plan is so that you stay true to what you want to do when you were level-headed. But I fully realized that we could fall down, right? And I also put it in there that if we fell down significantly, that I would buy. That's the whole point of having some cash on the sidelines, right? I'm not necessarily waiting for 2 or 3 more years if we get a good buying in opportunity where it's just really too solid to pass up. If everyone gets super bearish, okay, that is a good buying in opportunity. And of course, you have to make that decision for yourself. I'm going to be very disciplined because I did say I was going to stop after the Bitcoin halving. But if we fall down below a certain level, I'll be buying. You better believe it. Let me know your thoughts on this underneath the video. Let me know if you're buying it all today. Let me know if you're trading it all today. Again, there are links to Margex, to CoinW, and to Blowfin underneath the video. And there's also that tax service as well. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.